Alright guys, failure is a part of life. And I'm talking about this today because a lot of people try to steer away from failure and try to run away, but sometimes you have to fail in order to propel. So that's what this video is going to be about. So go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate all the new people that are here supporting your boy. I really appreciate it, man. I can't do this without you all. And let's just get into the video. How many of you are scared of failure? Don't be ashamed. A lot of people are, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. You know, a lot of people know that I've been divorced, made a video about it. You know, I've been through things that would essentially be deemed as failure. Every time that I went through some type of thing that I deemed as failure, it always pushed me to the next level to be more successful. So I used to see the failures as, oh my God, my life is not going the way it needs to go. Or, oh man, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do. As I channeled through the failure, I eventually see where this failure happened, or I deemed it as a failure, and this happened because I needed this to happen in order to open doors to a new area of life, to a new opportunity, to propel me to the next level. Don't think about failure as something negative all the time. Think about whatever you feel you're failing at, or whatever you're deeming as a failure. Think about how that could have been reversed, or think about how you can use that failure as leverage. You can use that energy to put forth somewhere else. Because a lot of times when you think you're failing, you start to do things differently. You start to move different. You start to, you know what I'm saying? You start to move and groove, shake and bake, you know what I'm saying? So use that energy towards something else. So let's say a relationship of yours failed, right? And I'm gonna use guys for example. Let's say a guy is in a relationship with a girl, something happened, maybe the girl cheated on him, I don't know. The first thing that guys do, they think about it as a failure, and then the second thing they do, what? Go hit the gym, get busy, do all this, and then their life end up just skyrocketing because they focused a lot of that energy on something else. So outside of relationships, think about any failure. It might be a job. You might have thought that you was gonna get a job and you didn't get it. Think about, okay, I didn't get this job, but it's opening a door to another opportunity that might be better for me. Think about a promotion that you didn't get. Maybe you wasn't quite ready for that promotion. Maybe you wasn't quite where you needed to be in order for others to see that this is the next step for you. What I'm trying to say is, failure does not stop greatness. Everybody who've made it in life, everybody from an actor, singer, rapper, influencers, millionaires, billionaires, they've all went through failures. I guarantee you, if they didn't go through those failures, they wouldn't be where they are today. And what I see a lot, especially with this generation and younger generation, what I see is a lot of people take failures and just be down on themselves about the failures or about whatever is going on. Use it as a lesson and continue to move forward. Because the one thing about life is going to continue to move forward. Whether you dwell about the failure, whether you dwell about the L, life is going to continue. You know what I'm saying? So if you keep dwelling on it and life is continuing, you're not going to progress. You got to move with life. Let it go and see how you can move forward from it. Another thing with failure is we have to do a better job at controlling our emotions during a period that we might deem as a failure. A lot of times we act on emotions and not on logic when it comes to failure. You know what I'm saying? You are upset, I understand. You feel some type of way about the situation, I understand. But don't make impulsive decisions based on that failure in itself and how it made you feel. I want you all to revert back and think about, okay, process what's going on, all right? Process the failure and then make a roadmap on how you can get through it and how you can move forward and how you can leverage it. But don't just strictly act out of emotion, because that's going to cause you to even go back a step. So now that you're dwelling on it and you're getting extra emotional about it, now you're going back instead of forward. Don't let the failure take you back. Let the failure push you forward. But it's all about perspective and mindset in these situations. When you're thinking about an L, when you're thinking about failures, it's all about how you think about it. But we're trained to think about failure as, oh, this is such a bad thing. This is negative. You shouldn't want to fail. You should want to know L's, like you shouldn't want this. And granted, you shouldn't be going out here thinking like, yeah, I need to fail. I need to no. But you need to know how to process and understand what this failure can do for you in a positive light as well. But nobody talks about that. So that's why I'm creating this video for you. Like I said, I've been through several failures in my lifetime, and I can't think about a time where I failed and I'm like, dang, this happened and now I'm moving backwards. If you fail at something, if you have the right mindset, you learn from it and you won't repeat it and you can move forward. And if that situation come up again, you've learned from it, so you shouldn't revert back to it, if that makes sense. You can make sure that it never happens again. Or it happened for a reason. Whatever failed, whatever you're deeming as a failure, it happened because it needed to happen in order for you to get where you needed to go. Nobody wants to go through a breakup. Nobody want to go through a divorce. Nobody want to get laid off. Nobody want all of this. Like those, people might deem those as failures, right? But I guarantee you it's only happening because that needed to happen to get you out of that situation. But people don't think about it that way. You think that because it failed or others are deeming it as a failure, that means you wasn't good enough. But that's not always the case. Sometimes things aren't in your control. Sometimes the breakups, sometimes the divorces, sometimes being laid off, sometimes not getting the promotion, sometimes not getting that job just wasn't because of you and what was going on within you. So that's why I said you have to process the information and say, hey, yo, I've been doing this. I did this well, and this still happened. It's not a failure. This is just me getting removed from the situation and getting on to something better. Because let's say you would have got the promotion and you got it, and then you end up reverting. Like you didn't do as well and now you're getting fired. Let's say you got a job and you actually didn't like it and now you're looking for another job. Let's say you stayed in a relationship and now you're emotionally drained and think like, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes these things have to happen in order for you to get your ass up and leave, or for you to open doors to another opportunity. I want you all to take this video and realize that you shouldn't be running away from the failures. You shouldn't be running away from lessons. There's nothing you can do to prevent what's already written for you. Don't go out here and try to prevent something from happening, trying to look too far ahead and trying to prevent things. It's good to have forward thinking, but you really can't prevent a lot of the things that's going to happen to you. It's already written. It's already written. And once it happened, then you have to map out how you're going to move forward and move away from that situation. So don't be one of these people that's so caught up in your head that you're trying to prevent, because that's going to hinder you as well. It's going to have you in this little process of zoop, 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 zoop. In your head. You're just going to be zoop, zoop. I'm telling you. And I know some of you all probably like, dang, anybody ever like overthink a lot? You overthinking because you don't want to fail. You're overthinking because you're trying to prevent something that you think can happen if you make the wrong choice. And that choice will be deemed as a failure or a loss to you. You're trying to prevent that from happening. But when you realize and shift your mind to like, look, I can have forward thinking. I can think forward. But at the end of the day, I can't prevent something from happening. A lot of times what's going to happen, it's going to happen. You can't prevent yourself from not getting that job. You can't prevent somebody from not cheating on you. You can't prevent your manager from skipping over you from a promotion. You can do every single thing you can possibly do to prevent something from happening. But 9 times out of 10, the things that you're trying to prevent, you don't have control over it. My motto is in life, don't stress over things you can't control. You will live a better life. You will be successful. You will move forward quicker. You won't overthink. And if you understand that you shouldn't stress over things that you can't control, you won't be trying to prevent. And if you don't try to prevent, you won't be trying to prevent failures from happening. You just got to accept failures as they come. 9 times out of 10, the things that you're deeming as failures are not failures. I keep saying that. But if you're deeming something as a failure, you gotta accept it as it come and then make the plan from there. Like, okay, boom, this relationship ain't work out. Now I gotta do X, Y, Z. Okay, boom, I ain't get this job. Now I need to start looking here and there and putting these puzzle pieces together. Once you put those puzzle pieces together, you move forward. But if you keep dwelling on it, trying to figure out why, trying to overthink, trying to prevent, you will run yourself crazy into a space of not having mental clarity, not having any sanity, anxious, depressed. That's how those things start to transpire. Like I said, man, everybody can forward think. You can have an outlook on things and look forward. But to try to prevent something from happening, that's hard. That's a lot of power. You gotta be able to move the chess pieces and put things into place, and that's hard. You know what I'm saying? And the only person that can really do that for you is, I ain't gonna name no names.